It was the early 2010s. YouTube was still fresh, universities were just starting to experiment with branding online, and content creator wasn't the hot career path it is today. So when I landed a job as a video creator for a university, I was thrilled. The pay wasn't amazing, just about $2,200 a month. But the opportunity? Huge. At least, that's what I thought. On my second day, my manager sat me down with a smile. Then she slid a paper across the desk. My KPI: 85 videos, 3 to 10 minutes each. In 1 year. 85. I froze. That's nearly 2 videos a week. And not just quick vlogs, these were full productions. I had to write scripts, cast talent, shoot, edit, compose music, everything. And to top it off, their equipment was ancient. Their cameras looked like museum pieces, and their computers struggled with even 720p footage. So guess what? I had to use all my own gear and software. I swallowed hard and told my manager it was unrealistic. She gave me a warm, practiced smile and said, "Don't worry about the numbers. Focus on quality. That's what I care about." Her words sounded reassuring, but they'd turn out to be a trap. At first, she treated me well. She complimented my work, praised my creativity. For a moment, I thought I had found a supportive boss. But one day, I made a mistake. A stupidly small mistake. I mentioned that I smoked. My colleague's eyes widened, and she literally face-bombed. "Oh no, she hates smokers," she whispered. From that day on, everything changed. Suddenly, my manager nitpicked everything I did. She scolded me for smelling faintly of smoke after breaks. She made comments when I came in 5 minutes late, even though I was putting in 60-hour weeks and working weekends. If I didn't answer my phone on my lunch break, she wrote it down. Her tone shifted from friendly to cold. Her eyes, once encouraging, were now calculating. I wasn't her promising hire anymore. I was her next target. 5 months in, the summons came. "Director wants to see you." I walked into the office, and there she was, my manager, sitting next to the director with a look I'll never forget. Part fake disappointment, part glee. The director folded her hands and said, "We're concerned. It's halfway through the year, and you've only completed 30 videos. That's far below your KPI." My chest tightened. 30 videos. 30. For a one-man team, that was already insane. I explained that I was working over 60 hours a week, that I'd been using my own equipment, that my videos had already brought in record-breaking views for the university. The director's face was stone. My manager smirked. Finally, the director said, "We need to cut the cord early." And then my manager delivered the final blow, her voice dripping with smugness. "We'll find a professional production house to finish the job." Something snapped inside me. A spark lit up. A professional production house? I knew exactly what that meant. And suddenly, a plan started forming. You see, one of my side responsibilities was maintaining a database of production houses. My manager had no industry contacts. She'd have to use my list. So, the night before I cleared my desk, I made a few adjustments. I went into the database and scrambled almost every phone number and email address. Every single one, except one. A company where my friend worked as a junior director. Then, I picked up the phone and called him. "Listen," I said, "you're about to get a call from my old workplace. They need 50 videos fast. I'll coach you on exactly how to pitch it. In return, I want a standard finder's fee, 15%. He didn't hesitate. Within minutes, I was on the line with his general manager. When he realized this was 6 months of work worth a high 6-digit payout, he practically shouted yes. We drew up a contract the next day. I gave them a playbook. Step by step. What to say, what themes to pitch, what style would impress the director. By the time they walked into that university boardroom, they were armed with insider knowledge. And sure enough, my manager and the director were floored. The production house seemed to magically understand exactly what they wanted. They signed on the spot. Now, here's the fun part. Back then, production houses weren't cheap. Each video cost 2 to 3 times my monthly salary. But they had full crews, directors, producers, lighting, sound, editors, so they could pump out videos at lightning speed. In just 4 months, they delivered 50 videos. The university was impressed. My friend got promoted to a full director at his company. And me? I was cashing 15% of that massive contract. That came out to about 15 months of my old salary. I went on holiday to Bali. I paid for film school overseas. For once, I was ahead. I thought the story ended there. But karma wasn't done yet. One sunny afternoon in Bali, I got a call from my colleague, the one who warned me about my manager. Her voice was bubbling with excitement. "You won't believe this. Your old manager just got fired. And the director? She got chewed out by the chancellor. Turns out, the project I was hired for had a budget equal to about a year and a half of my salary. But my manager, desperate to prove she could do it without me, had blown through that budget 10 times over. She was so focused on beating me, on proving she didn't need me, that she signed off on massive costs without higher approval. The chancellor was furious. The director got blasted. And my manager? Gone. Just like that. Meanwhile, I was sipping cocktails on the beach, my bank account full, my career trajectory saved. And the best part, the very thing they tried to use to crush me, the KPI, the workload, the firing, it became the weapon that destroyed them.